Oh, hello there. Didn't notice you. Oh, I'm just reading up on some lighting techniques. It's probably make a cool video. You know what? Let's do that. I'm gonna show you guys some lighting techniques for indoors. Today we're gonna do 3 different setups for different lighting techniques, and Nibbles just wanted to say hi at the beginning of the video this time. Say hi, Nibbles. Okay. The way I usually try to light things is more towards the naturalistic look that you see in kind of cinema and things like that. I tend to stay away from more of the commercial look that you see a lot on TV, or I don't think anybody watch TV anymore, that you see on ads and things like that. I just prefer, even for any type of commercial work, to just have it be as naturalistic looking as possible. For example, the lighting setup that I used last week. Here's a quick walkthrough I did. So this right here is the key light, and I have the Amaran 200X. I think I have that on the coolest setting right now, just because everything else is kind of warm. And what I have on it right now, I have the with I think only 1 layer of diffusion on there, and then I have the egg crate on top of that, just again to make sure the light goes exactly where I want to. And they basically think of these as the guides. These guide the light exactly where you want them to go. And then I have this other thing right here, which is just literally just a piece of like black paper I just have taped on, and that's just a block so that there's not a reflection in the table. I don't know, if I move this back, you probably can see it a little bit. See this reflection right here? That really is what happens when I didn't have this controlled, and I think call it a bottomer in like filmmaking. So I have that. This right here is lighting the table in the bag. So that you can see what's actually going on there, because it was actually super dark. Because of that, because I didn't want too much light spitting on table directly, I got this right here. And simple thing I did with this is a very square, a rectangle light. You can see the back of it right there a little bit. I'll get some B-roll of this to show you guys. But basically what I did with this light, I got some gaff tape. I taped the edges to stop the light from spilling too far onto everything I didn't want to. So making sure that my lens doesn't get a flare from it, as well as getting down the reflection in the table, because there was a hard, you see from that light right there, there's a hard reflection in the table that made the overhead shot from right here. I'm gonna have the camera now in my hand, but I had the overhead shot right here, and just making sure that it didn't expose the table too much. It also gave me a nice little hair light. So I was sitting right here. It actually gave a little bit of hair light to me so that I separated from the background. And over here, I just have one of these lights. This is a Yolande. I think that's how you pronounce it. Little RGB light that I just had kicked up in the corner, lighting up the plant here. So I picked that color blue because over here in the hallway, I actually have another one of those Invis lights set to basically give this some more texture over here in the background, because actually it's daytime outside, but you couldn't see anything from outside. But I just wanted to give that contrast to the blue over there. So set this light to be actually pretty orange here, and just to go, and you'll see from the other frame I have there to make it kind of just interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at this next scene I did. Oh, this was a super simple setup. What I did is I had the key light coming in through the window, really just accentuating the natural light that's already through the window, but I wanted to give a little bit more direct light, as you see on the lampshade there over there. I just had those stripes come through, and I had the 60, I had the 200D outside. Yeah, it was a 200D. So I had the 200D outside, and it was pushing in through the window to give that nice texture onto her arm, onto the lampshade of the sunlight coming in. And then I have the lampshade on, and it's in, I think it was like 2600 or very, very warm color temperature, just set to probably about 10% of value. And then I have this other practical light in the background on the left, which is just like a little lamp just to add from being just that blank wall there. So what I did on the left side was just put a 5-in-1 black side reflector just to take away and add and give negative fill on the left side of her, so that it's not too bright on each side. So you can see what the scene looks like without any lights on, and now with this lights on. This last setup was one of those times where you know you have to do something and you really don't want to do it, but you do it anyway because you know it's going to help make you better and you're going to learn from the process. So I got home after working late night and just had to get in to shoot this because I knew I had to get it done before the cutoff time for posting each, making a self goal for myself to post every Wednesday each week, just to make sure I'm becoming a better filmmaker, making sure that I'm actually using the equipment that I have and getting the experience with it as much as possible, because I don't always use these little things on every single set. Generally I only use these for really specific occasions, but guess what, those really specific occasions only come out at really specific time. So it's better for me to actually use them in a scenario where I make the opportunity for myself to use it and to try to take advantage of these things. Again, this last part, I was super tired, so I was trying to do kind of the least and not make anything too complicated. And that's kind of the whole goal with me showing you this in the first place, is to show you like it's actually pretty simple once you just break it down. So looking at the lights, my main key light is coming off of this practical light that I'm imitating off this practical light, I should say. So the main key is this light right here, which is a little invis. I think it's like a 60-watt light. I just have on a stand, and then I have it diffused through a little 5-in-1 reflector. And then I have both sides, on the other side, on each side, I have basically a bigger 5-in-1 reflector that is on the black side to block out some of the light so it doesn't spill everywhere. Because what I want to do is make it seem like the light that's coming on her is everything's being lit by this one light right here, this lamp that's right next to her. The TV light, I just used the same invisible rectangle LED that I've been using, and I've just had it on the TV setting so that it flashes white and then dims down and flashes white again, as you can see here. So for the wide shot, again, I tried to imitate like kind of a cool temperature outside with using the 60D bounced up into the ceiling, and I actually had a Roscoe gel with a cool temperature, so like you think about 6,000 Kelvin, 7,000 Kelvin, something that's a little bit bluer to give like it's nighttime outside, and to make the whole scene kind of feel like it's actually at night. And I didn't change anything for the close-ups when I pushed in. I kept the light the same on the outside. That, like I said, that B7C is pretty bright, so it kept exposure pretty good as I went up closer on nibbles. And because she was on this blanket that's dark, it didn't reflect too much light up into her or on Alex's face, and the couch is a dark brown, so again it kind of acted as a negative fill to make sure that light isn't just spilling everywhere from what's coming from the B7C on the left and then the other Invis LED panel. hope you guys enjoyed this lighting breakdown that I did today. I'll see you guys next week.